some power now.
Ow. It goes all the way over to that.
I'm wired. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm standing here next to our newly installed shop window that we added in the last episode. We brought this from upstairs downstairs, and we never knew how much we needed this window. It's just an incredible view. It lets in a ton of light in here. When you open it up, it just clears out all the hot air from the room, so it's just great. We're really glad we did it. We're starting off this morning kind of clearing up some more inside the shop because we've had stuff everywhere from tools to random gadgets and stuff that we've collected throughout this project. We need to be able to get to all the walls to install our electrical, and we also want to do a epoxy coated floor eventually, so we just want to get it to a point where we can easily clear it out. We already started putting some wheels on some of these totes, and we're going to be adding some wheels to some more things just so we can move it around a little bit easier. In this episode, we're going to try to get the rest of our electrical installed. But for right now, we're just going to go ahead and get started by adding some wheels on a cabinet. Alright, so this is our cabinet for all kinds of random liquids and hardware. We got grass killer, anchor seal, a million different kinds of screws. There's a screw for everything when you're doing this kind of stuff. We have our bug spray, paint, tractor oil, all kinds of stuff just goes in here. It weighs a lot, so it's going to be great having this on wheels so we can just move it around. So now we'll have that there for now, but we'll be able to move it if we need to. And I like this so much that I think we should just start putting wheels on other things, because we've been collecting all these casters and we said we're going to use them for something. This one right here, we have 3 of these. We have this grinder stand, and those can put on there. We'll have that on wheels, and if everything's on wheels, we'll just be able to clear this place out really quick if we need to do an epoxy coated floor or run electrical, which we're about to be doing. So let's put this on wheels and continue clearing this out. What are you doing under the tractor? Come smell the wood. Does it smell like the shed? What's that? You said hit the subscribe button? Okay. You like the Crocs? Everyone was loving the Crocs in the last video. Should I do it like this?
Can.
All right, we're gonna trim off the edges with a router, the same way we were doing the windows in the last episode. And I think since we're going around the outside, we're going the opposite direction. So we're gonna find out. Easy peasy. All right, so putting on wheels just really opened up the space, and I don't think we've had it this empty since we framed it. We pretty much filled it up immediately. The combination of having the tool shed to put things in and having things on wheels means we just can clear this space out. Now we're gonna move on to electrical, and these are our final runs that we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing a quad over here to plug in some tools and stuff, and then just bench level outlets all around, and that should be it for electrical, and we'll be able to get it inspected. And so if you saw a few videos ago, we had my uncle Matthew Danner come out and we did a whole deep dive into this electrical stuff, so definitely check that out if you haven't seen it. But just as a refresher, we brought in high voltage line through the utility company a few hundred feet into our property, and then we have a transformer there, and from there we're going to be going underground about 100 more feet to the house. And from there, it's going to be going into this meter box, and that's going to be mounted on the outside of the house. And then we also have a electrical disconnect for all the power that's going to be mounted outside. And normally that would be right next to this breaker box, but we're intentionally going to bring it over here because we have planned for a future solar grid tie, and that's going to go right here. We'll have space for that and batteries. And our goal with all that is to be completely off grid and basically not be paying for power, but maybe even selling power back to the power company. So we'll have a spot for that there. And then we also ran in some plumbing over here, so we'll have a spot for our tankless water heater and maybe even a sink. And so now that we finally have all this space to walk around, we can actually do our last two runs. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So I'm just going around and marking exactly where I'm about to drill the hole so I don't have to figure it out when I'm drilling. We want to make sure that we're putting our wire where we're not going to be drilling into the outside later for siding. So we just want it consistent. And then we're going to put some metal casing around there so that if a screw does go in there, it doesn't pierce into the wire by accident. think this thing's hot. So we've been using this to put in some of the nails. It's a palm nailer and we got it from Harbor Freight. And it's really great for times like these when there isn't much space to swing a hammer. And also I'm just lazy, so it works great for me too. Alright, so we are completely done with our electrical home runs now, and that's a lot of wire. It doesn't really feel like we ran that many, but there it is. So we got power all over the house now, and this last one ended up going really smoothly. I think we really started to figure out the system with it. So now that I know how to do it, it's time to move on to something else I don't know how to do. So that's how it usually goes with things around here. We only have a couple more things to do before our inspection. We went ahead and mounted our main breaker panel, but we still have to finish mounting those two, the disconnect and the meter box. But other than that, we should be good to go with our electrical rough-in, and that paves the way for our insulation. We have Rockwool ready to install, and we're really excited to finally get to do that. So that's going to be a wrap for this video. I'll see you guys next time.